What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on what if Deku was transported to danmachi, part 13. Now, before I jump into this, let me just say, go check out the description down below. You'll find a link there to a channel called Anime Utopia. It's a joint channel run with me and some of my friends. Go check it out, subscribe to it. Content will be posted almost daily on there, by not just me myself, by the other people who are also in it. Also, go check out the description as well if you want to go check out my gaming channel. Currently, there will be an event coming up on there on Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Central Time. There'll be an event there on Minecraft called the Dino Games. If you all wish to join that, go check out down in the link description to the Discord and go join the Discord. And DM me there if you wish to join. Now, also speaking of which, of Discord, let's thank all the people who joined. Thank you, Magic MJT, Astrofold, 101 million. Okay, now 1777013. I'm horrible today, guys. I got a migraine, so my bad. Thank you, Flooded My 22, Timat, aka You Madabone, the Crimson Demon King, wait, yo, okay, guys, this is kind of funny, okay? The chances of two people being named the Crimson Demon King and both of them being different, the only reason why I know they're different is because their IDs after their names are different, is immaculate. So thank you, both Crimson Demon Kings, for joining. Literally have your name spelt the same way. Zulu Fox God, YBHCJ, and Dynamite QA. Thank you all for joining the Discord, and if you guys would like to be shout out in a video as well, go down in the link description down below and go ahead and join the Discord. We talk, we chat. Obviously, we have the Minecraft events that I post on there for my gaming channel and other things. So if you wish to be a part in any of that, go ahead and go check it out. I swear to God, we're not a bunch of weirdos. We're all pretty chill over there. So if you think that'll sound fun and that sounds fun to you, then go ahead and go hit that join thing over there. I don't know where I was going with that. I tried to pick it up at the end. Well, now let's jump straight into this what if. Last time where we left off, Izuku had been badly injured. Horribly injured. There was cuts over his entire body, and he was laying in the bed, barely able to move. Izuku woke up about around 2 days after his original wake-up time, and saw that Aiz was still sitting right next to him. But unlike last time when he had woken up, she was already up and saw him waking up as well. As soon as Izuku woke up, she asked, "Izuku, are you okay? You're not in pain or anything?" And Izuku said no as he sat up and then instantaneously felt a sharp pain resonate throughout his body. He grabbed his shoulder, and then Aiz quickly forced him back down, causing Izuku once again to lightly scoff in pain, causing Aiz to kind of slightly freak out because she realized she had just hurt Izuku. She told Izuku to stay seated, mainly because his wounds weren't completely healed and they could easily reopen if he's unlucky. Izuku, understanding what Aiz meant, just laid back down and calmed down. He silently chanted a spell chant that uses Recovery Girl's quirk to his advantage, allowing him to speed up his own recovery rate. He knows it's not nearly as good as half the other heal spells people have, but it's something to help him out. Izuku then looks around to the rest of the room. He saw that only Aiz was here. He also saw that it was around midday, and he asked Aiz how long he had been out for. Aiz stated that he had been out for an entire day, which kind of surprised Izuku. You know, him being out for an entire day meant big fiends must have happened. He looked around and saw that they were outside the dungeon. Much to Izuku's dismay, surprisingly, he wanted to actually train some more, but he understood that he could do that solo, and that he really didn't need to, well, worry about it. Aiz looked towards Izuku and asked him, "So, Izuku, yes, Aiz? What happened? I know you said you were fighting the Dungeon Guardian and that you were somehow talking to me telepathically. I'm guessing that's a new magical spell you unlocked. But it's not like you to go guns blazing without thinking about anyone else." Izuku sighed and he said, "Well, I was fighting Dungeon Dragon. The one-eyed black dragon, to be more exact. It was a pretty vicious fight. I don't even know if I would have made it out if it wasn't for me destroying my arm in the process to actually defeat the guy. But after defeating him, I realized that we had dealt too much damage to the surrounding buildings. After realizing this, the Dungeon Guardian then quickly spawned in. It was a very difficult and rough fight, but I realized the Dungeon Guardian can't really defend against the building themselves. So by using one of the pillars that were inside the floor I was on, I was able to fashion it into a makeshift spear and check it out the Dungeon Guardian. It was very hard to do, though, and I probably don't think I would be able to do it again." Aiz was shocked at this, because not many people can say they fought a Dungeon Guardian and lived, let alone to the extent Izuku stating that he fought it solo and lived. Aiz was once again shocked by Izuku's power, but she realized that this was Izuku she was talking about here. She really shouldn't be shocked about his capabilities. Aiz had already known Izuku was an amazing person, and that his capabilities far exceeded hers, without even a question or doubt in her mind about that fact. It still just surprised Aiz nearly how much he outclassed her. It almost made her feel like she really couldn't ever match him. Izuku sighed because he could probably guess the reasoning why Aiz was thinking the way she was, or from the look on her face could assume what she was thinking. Izuku said, "Aiz, don't worry. You'll get strong too. All you have to do is keep training." Aiz looked towards Izuku kind of confusingly, almost like she asked, "How did you read my mind?" And Izuku's like, "Aiz, I know you just that well. That's how I read your mind." Aiz was still kind of shocked by this, but eventually gave in to Izuku's statement. She understood how simply Izuku was at reading people, engaging people. It was almost like he had a sixth sense or something that allowed him to do so. Izuku sighed. He decided that the base aspect of Aiz's capabilities were amazing. In this world, almost no one could top her, literally. Hell, she could probably even fight people that was a rank or two above her. And here Aiz is, contemplating if she could ever even get to his level. It almost made Izuku laugh, you know? Izuku eventually just kept chilling with Aiz staying at his side. She stayed there mainly to comfort Izuku as well to comfort herself. She found being in the presence of Izuku to be quite relaxing. It seemed to have a very calming style effect on her. Aiz remembered that she most likely had feelings for Izuku and wondered if this was another telltale sign that she just didn't know about. It seemed like it could be the case. It would make sense. She really didn't know what to think about her entire situation currently, mainly because there are multiple different issues within it that would cause Eyes to, well, fret about the simplest problem of Izuku not liking her back. Obviously, Izuku had to hold some sort of like for her, right? Eyes thought. She really didn't understand love and only really understood that she felt it towards Izuku, which put her at a situation where she couldn't understand if Izuku felt the same towards her. Izuku almost laughed because he thought Eyes was thinking about what he had said earlier, totally oblivious to what Eyes had really was thinking. Eventually, Izuku stood up, much to Eyes' dismay, still thinking he should probably sit down and rest. Izuku ended up walking over towards the door. His legs started to shake a bit when he gripped the doorknob, mainly just because of the pure, well, exhausted feeling he felt after standing up. Izuku wasn't expecting it, but he knew the reasoning why behind it, so it didn't really affect him nearly as much. Izuku ended up entering the main room in the manor where most of the Loki familiars stayed out. Izuku didn't choose to stay there, he chose to live in private, mainly because of his past reasonings and his life prior hand. Izuku didn't know if he could make it back. Then again, he never really tried to use a spell that would allow him. He asked Loki, and Loki-sama said that if he wanted to try to use magic to create a hole through a different dimension, that he should probably try to gain his magic perimeter up, which is the main reason why Izuku had been really gunning trying to become stronger. He knew that if Izuku could actually become stronger, that maybe, just maybe, he would be able to actually be helpful and useful when it comes to the fact of people with situations similar to his own. Now that Izuku knew that basically isekais are a real life thing and not just something in story tales, he wondered how many people from his world had actually gone over to another world. This idea kind of made Izuku shiver. He knew that being transported to another world kind of felt lonely. It's not all rainbows and buttercups how people show it in stories. Izuku thought of himself to be very fortunate for his abilities, or he would have probably died the first time he entered the dungeon. Izuku remembered everything else that happened and also remembered Bell was there. Izuku decided to go check up on the young boy. Seeing how Bell was about around a year younger than him, Izuku really didn't feel any difference while checking up on him. The last time he had seen Bell, he had that weird cat person creature following him around. Izuku really couldn't remember the name of the species right now, so he decided to just call them cat people. Something simplistic and easy, Izuku thought. Izuku then quickly decided to go. Much to Aiza's dismay still. She originally wanted to go with him, but Izuku said he will be once to handle it, and for her not to matter, which Aiz respected Izuku's decision. Izuku then stated that if she wished to, she could accompany him still, but that's only if she really wants to. Aiz, obliging Izuku's statement, followed him there. They entered over at the White Church, which Izuku knew to be where the Hestia familiar lived. Aiz didn't know this, of course, and was very confused. Izuku entered the building. He remembered that there was a banquet that the gods were at currently, holded by a god named Apollo. Reveria went with Loki mainly because Aiz was with Izuku. He figured he would apologize to Loki at a later day and time for being such a nuisance, even though he knew Loki probably wouldn't think of him that way. He still figured it would be best to apologize. Izuku looked around, and after he entered, he saw Belle sitting on the couch with a boy with red hair and the elf girl that worked at the tavern. Izuku was confused when he entered, and Belle saw Izuku enter, and he was like, Izuku, we might need your help. Izuku was confused, and he was really confused why Belle was here, because Izuku figured Belle would have been taken to the thing with his goddess. It made sense, seeing how Belle was her first student, but Izuku much so obliged Belle's request, and he asked what's wrong. Well, Hestia kinda got in a fight with the god that named Apollo, and War Games was summoned. What's that? Izuku asked. It's a war between two familias. Okay, and you're saying your goddess decided to pick a fight? Yeah. Izuku, can you help me? Belle asked, basically almost dropping to his knees, which confused Izuku, and Izuku said, yeah, I'll help. Well, what's going on, okay? What you need me to do, I should ask. Well, you see, the base issue here is that we don't know yet. See, we have everyone that's here currently about to fight in the war games. Okay. And if you join in, then we should win, right? Okay, what's the goal? It seems to be some sort of castle sieging event. Oh my god, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know how long that was there. But it seems to be some sort of castle sieging event where we try to take the opponent's castle. And you're asking for my assistance on it? Yes, please. Izuku sighed. Being a hero, he can't really just turn a blind eye to this. Izuku ended up then stating, okay, I'll help. When is this war games taking place? In about a week or so. Okay. Aiz, do you know how long it'll take before I'm healed all my injuries? About 2 days. Okay. So we have about 7 days or so to practice. So that means you'll help? That's what a hero does, Belle. Helps out his friends and other allies in need. Thank you. It's no issue, my guy. I'm just doing my job. Okay, let's get this stuff on a roll. First off, we have to understand that our opponents are part of the Apollo Guild. Aiz, what does the Apollo Guild specialize in? Well, they're pretty handy in most things. Okay, what do they specialize in, though? Specialization, to a point, is what they do. Thank you. They specialize in, well, I can't really say much about working together, but it's all underneath Apollo. They will probably try to use some sort of dirty-handed tactics during the fight. And they're just, what's the rank of their familiar? A rank. Oh, A rank. Okay. So, it's a castle siege, right? Are we sieging the castle or are they sieging it? We're sieging it, said the man, which Izuku didn't know, but the man had red hair. Okay. So, the objective is pretty simple. Okay. We need to go take out their captain, right? And keep our captain alive. That's what I assume this is basically at. And after we take all of them out, then we win, right? Yeah. Okay. So, Belle, you're the captain. So you should probably stand a little bit farther back. Now, I'm telling you to stand a little bit farther back just for safety reasons. Because if you get out, we all get out. Okay? And I know the rules are just slightly different, but I'm modifying it for the story on personal reasons. Okay, Belle said. Okay. What does everyone specialize in? Well, I'm known for making magic swords, said the red-haired guy. So you're a blacksmith? Yes. Okay. I'm more acquainted to a trained assassin, said the green-haired elf, which kind of surprised Izuku, but decided not to dig into the girl's past for personal reasons. He remembered that this isn't his world, so maybe assassins are a more common job. The cat person with brown hair ended up stating that she was more of a supporter and that she can give additional help as well when it's needed. Izuku understood what all of them were saying, and Izuku said, okay, I am personally a heavy, strong attacker. I am currently a level 2, and I'll probably get my level checked up by my goddess tomorrow, just so I'll be at max capabilities and strength for this event. People have heard of Izuku's exploits, so no one really doubted the boy named Deku's abilities. Eventually, Izuku ended up coming up with a plan. Him and Belle were to infiltrate while Wealth, which was the name of the red-haired man, Wealth and the rest of them all go around the outside. Eventually, later on, Hestia showed back up with some additional help, and Izuku all assigned them to the same job. Hestia was kind of surprised to see Izuku and Aiz there, and even shocked her to hear that Izuku was going to help him. Hestia knew of Izuku's capabilities and knew that having him on their team was going to be a massive help, no matter how it looked. Izuku stated that he would be helping all of them increase their training regiments, but he was going to have to take a day or two so he can personally heal, which none of them argued with. They all understood that Izuku had gone horribly injured. Izuku ended up heading back to the mansion and found Loki sitting there, waiting for him, with a kind of understanding look on her face. Izuku walked up and said, Loki-sama, I have a brash request. What's the request, kid? I could probably guess what it is, seeing how you were out super late, and seeing from the direction you came from, and seeing from the look on your face, I could guess what it is. First off, can you update my status board? Kid, let me hear the request first before I update your status board. Okay. As you know, the Hestia Familia is going to war games with the Apollo Familia. I wish to help him. Why do you wish to help him in this conflict? You see, I wish to help him in this conflict for the simplest reason that I'm a hero, and that's my job. I help people in their time of needs. And hearing from the way Apollo acts and talks, he sounds like a horrible man. Kid, I like your spunk. Don't get me wrong here. But I don't know if Apollo will allow you to. Don't worry, I've already talked with Hestia about that. She said that Apollo didn't care if anyone from any other familias wanted to join in on her team. Okay then. Is that all? Yes. Kid, I'll let you help him out this one time, okay? But just this one time. You owe me a favor for this. Thank you. Don't thank me, kid. Okay. Get over here so we can update your status board. Izuku went over to Loki. He laid down on his back while while Loki looked at his back. She could see all of Izuku's stats and was kind of once again shocked by the boy's stupid amount of growth. She saw that he had obtained 3 new skills over this time, most of them pertaining to magic use, and saw that his magics that he had obtained almost tripled. He had a skill that she had never heard before called Silent Instant Chant, which confused Loki. After reading up on the skill, she read that it allowed him to instantaneously chant any spell he wants as long as he has a C rank or higher in mastering it, which shocked Loki. If any mage had this skill, it would be an outcry. Everyone would want Izuku, no matter what. That skill alone would be enough to make him fight an army, especially with his mana. She looked at Izuku's mana and saw that it was stupidly high, ranking around 950, which shocked her. Izuku's stats are as followed. He had 800 in durability, 800 over in endurance, 500 over in agility, because he used teleportation much more than he actually ran around at this point, 900 in strength, and another 900 in magic. Loki was still kind of freaked out and saw that he hadn't unlocked any of his other innates, which, kind of saddened her. Not unlocking any more of his innates that he had kind of sucked. And Loki was still confused why she was able to see his sealed innates, seeing how she knows that that's not possible with most other people. It confused her greatly. She decided not to comment on it and just allow Izuku to keep his innates as are. Eventually, after Izuku got his status board updated, he leveled up to level 3, being the quickest to reach level 3, which still shocked Loki how quickly he was growing. Izuku gave her an answer when she asked. Izuku said, "Could it be anything related to how I have, well, I guess you can say the remainder of the 7 souls of the users who previously used these abilities inside of me?" "What do you mean? What do you mean by that?" Loki asked. Izuku then explained that his ability allowed people's consciousness to be stored inside of it, so the next user can use it. Maybe. And if that's the case, then that would explain why you're able to use so many of them. Okay, whatever, kid. Go off to sleep. You're gonna have a busy week. Tomorrow you're still recovering. You gotta remember that. Yes, Loki-sama. Izuku went off to his bed and lay down and slowly drifted off to sleep. So I'm gonna only have one upload today, guys, because this one's gonna be about around an hour long. I figured you all would like that. So, actually, no, not about around an hour long. It's gonna be 30 minutes. So actually, no, scratch that. There's gonna be 2 uploads. My bad. Totally thinking of something different. So if you guys liked it, hit the like button, and if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, goodbye.